Welcome everyone, how's it going? Yashu here, again, 2 days in a row, live streaming. Let me know if my audio is coming in clear. Martin, Bailey, Alex, how's it going? Sanju, Andy, DJ, a lot of familiar faces, Bailey, Ryan, everyone tuning in from the Juju Gang. The Juju Gang is ready, and yes, it's a little bit boring today, but hopefully this stream can change things. Kevin, how's it going? Just gonna watch myself. Kevin, how's it going? Okay, I think audio is clear. I think we're good to go. But just definitely let me know in the chat. 787 on Tesla today. I've got the new setup. You probably notice. Yeah, a little bit different for sure. Sounds great, says Alex. Thank you. Awesome. Perfect. Paco, how's it going? Live from Austin. Tesla HQ says not financial advice. That's awesome. Look at that. There we go. James says, I'm happy with the incremental stock price. If you look at the last couple months, you'll be happy. Yeah, absolutely. Vern, Edward, Michael, how's it going, everyone? Let me know in the chat where you guys are tuning in from. We already got 110 people on this thing. So let me know where you guys are tuning in from. We had our, I think, by the way, just to a side, I think we had our record number of people on a stream yesterday at 1.1K for the channel. So a bit loud. Okay, I think that's just me. I'll tone it down a little bit. So alrighty, we got Troy from Pennsylvania, that's Jennifer. South Africa, Paco, Sweden. Vern, how's it going? Cincinnati, Guatemala. Wow, look at that. Chicago, hi from the UK. Norway, Kiev, Ukraine. Pearl City, Hawaii. Wow. Pennsylvania, Baton Rouge. Tesla. Billy says Tesla going to close at 900 because of the stream. I hope so. Netherlands. A lot of good people from the Netherlands. Toronto, London. Need some setup on the background. Need some work. Yes, it does. This is the first day here. I literally spent the entire morning trying to get this shit together, to be honest. Portland, Oregon. Roger, South Carolina. Hong Kong, Berlin. Wow, Jesus, we got everyone tuning in here. Got a whole party. It is Friday, by the way, right? So happy Friday. Got to say that. As someone that someone that is more of an entrepreneur, Fridays don't really mean much to me. They mean the same as a Monday. But man, I remember back in the days working 9 to 5, and nothing beats a Friday afternoon, right? When you're don't tell anyone this, but you're a little bit more unproductive than usual. You're kind of debating your weekend plans and all that sort of stuff. It always feels good for Friday to roll around. Thank you, Arsing. Yes, happy Friday to you too, says. So 787, if you look at a chart, right, these are the 5-minute candles here. We have, essentially what we have here is a snooze fest, okay? For all intents and purposes, it's a nothing burger. The reason why I wanted to stream, because number one, it's Friday, it's power hour, like I said. But number two, you never know with the Juju Gang what happens, okay? Also, I forgot my orange in the living room. Hold on. I'm allowed to leave my own stream. Someone rightly point. Oh, by the way, check it out. What came in the mail? Hit that bid. Juju hoodies came in the mail with the Juju on the back. I got the Juju. Someone rightly pointed out on the stream yesterday. He said, "Where are your Jujus? Where are your oranges? Where's the good luck?" And so, yeah, and I was like, "That's so true. I totally forgot to bring the Juju yesterday, and that's maybe why we got slapped off of 806, right?" Okay, so let's check it out. So 787.65, I don't want to say we're climbing, but there is some relative strength here. But one thing to look at is S&P 500 is let me just pull this up here. I hate when it's not sorted alphabetically. Hold on. Right there, SPY is finally turned green here a little bit. Some relative strength into the market. Really just flat for the day, if you want to call it that. The NASDAQ is turning maybe green for the day. It's flat again. Essentially, what we have in this market is bulls get whacked, bears get whacked. Everyone's getting whacked, especially if you're long premium. If you're short premium, you're laughing, right? Let me know in the chat if you're short premium. But if you're short premium, you're laughing because right now, oh wow, okay, we got a nice candle here. Okay, I'm not gonna get overly excited. After yesterday, when we went live, I think within 5 minutes we'd rally like $8, which is a lot for Tesla speaking in the last couple of weeks. Man, I guess the Juju works. This is the Juju candle right there. I guess that's the Juju candle right there. Let's see here. DJ says, I need to get a sign for the back that has your Twitter. No editing. It's just always there. Yes, I need to get some, I'm not very artsy, but I need to get like some nice photo frames in the back or something like that. Some nice LED lights or something. So 789. All right, guys, this Juju algo works. I don't know what it is, but I'm sure you guys grabbed your orange as well. Salah, how's it going? All right. Okay. I mean, okay. On a weekly level, for real, what I'm looking at a weekly, let me just take a look. So last week, you know that when we were going live for Power Hour, we put in a doji, right? A doji is uncertain candle. For this week, for this candle to go green, we'd have to finish over 797. I don't see that happening. But, if we did finish at highs of the day, and I think 797 is the high of the day, that would put in a hammer candle or, pretty close to if we finished over 800, obviously. So for all intents and purposes, finishing green on the week is not looking likely unless we have a kind of a mega juju rally here in the last little bit. We have an hour, we have 50 minutes left. So thanks, guys. Thanks for hitting the like. We already have, how many likes do we have here? Let me just check. It goes up every time I take a look at it. Okay, we're at 80 right now. Let's try to get this to the same amount of viewership. Yeah, that's probably asking for much. Okay. There we go. Okay, we're over 100 likes. By the way, I think the likes really matter. I've said that 3 or 4 times, but every time you guys smash the like button, not only Tesla goes up, the channel goes up, which I guess you don't care about, but selfishly talking there. 116 likes. There we go. Let's get it up. And mine's a little bit lagged, so if you hit the like, it'll pop up for me in a couple seconds after. Alrighty, so let's check out. Let's go on. Tesla looks like it wants to run. Hey. Tesla kind of looks like it wants to run. The Juju algo is fantastic. Salah says upgrades before earnings, maybe. So we actually got an upgrade today, and that's a great talking point I can pull up right now. Is the Canaccord upgrade on Tesla today? Let me just pull this up. Tesla was upgraded. I can't even spell Canaccord. What kind of name is Canaccord? I don't know. I'll pull it up here in a second. So we'll pull this up. So breaking Canaccord Genuity analyst Jed has raised the price target on Tesla to $940, which was $768 prior, while maintaining a buy rating. His note says, and I'm not going to read all of it, but essentially he added that at the shareholders meeting last night, Elon Musk gave a presentation that touched on the key points of our investment thesis. Number one, ecosystem of energy products. Our bullish stance on Tesla is centered on their Apple-esque brand. There you go. His words, not mine. I've been saying it. Ramp of 4680 battery cell to unlock supply for energy products. Obviously, there's that. Solar plus storage enables energy resiliency. And so, in my opinion, let me know what you guys' thoughts were on the annual general meeting yesterday. I was quite happy. Just it wasn't nothing was earth shattering in the shareholders meeting. It's always insightful to get a view of what's happening from Elon's perspective. And kind of the best way to even sum it up is like it just felt like Elon was content with where Tesla is at, both at a stock price. He said that he didn't want to split, or it's not coming up imminently. I think is what he did. By the way, look at what we just got. This could be an error, but we just got weird. We just got some 50 strike put sweeps on Tesla. 50. Tesla's sitting at 788 right now. So someone's buying up really low delta puts on Tesla. Interesting. From a logistical perspective, I don't think this means much, to be honest. You guys are funny. But yeah, that's weird. So if you find headlines next week of some big person betting big on Tesla, right? Like this is kind of how they do it. They buy really far out the money puts. So by the way, let's just do some math here, okay? This person has bought all in all 300. Let's just do some rough math. 3 plus 150, that's 450 plus, holy crap, another 1,000 up here. Okay, let's just say 1,500 50 strike puts for November. Now if I pull up Webull, get your 2 free stocks with Webull, shameless plug. If you go to 50 strike puts for November the 12th, I think is the expiration. November the 5th, pardon me. November the 5th is expiration. The 50 strike puts on Tesla are like they're so illiquid that I'm not even sure how they got filled on this. They got filled at 82 cents, 81 cents, 71. I'm not even sure how they obviously paid up way past the ask to get filled on this. But that's a weird position, and it's cool that I'm seeing this live right now because I'm just sharing my thoughts as they come through. But Delta is nothing on this, right? If I expand here a little bit, Delta is zero for all intents and purposes. It's zero on this 50 strike out of the money put. So, but here's what it enables someone to do, right? They can come in, they say, I have 1,500 contracts of Tesla puts, right? They can multiply 1,500, multiply it by 100 shares per contract, because that's how options work. And then they can say I have 150,000 shares equivalent short of Tesla. Not really. And at a balancing book perspective, that doesn't really balance your books, right? Like if even if Tesla goes down 50, $100, these 50 strikes for 25 days away, 28 days away, like where are they going to move? Especially when you've paid 82 cents, 71 cents. And again, if my data is wrong, someone let me know, but I'm seeing it right here and I'll show you again. So weird, right? Like these three right here is specifically what I'm talking about. November 5th, 2021, 50 strike puts, sweeps, filled. So this top one, 1,100 filled at 82 cents at the ask. Weird, right? So, but you're right. Like you guys are saying in donations, like you guys are saying in the chat, like this allows for you to come out and maybe in a way argue that you're 150,000 shares short in Tesla when really, you're not, right? Interesting indeed, right? So next week, if we find out this is some sort of coordinated attack or some sort of mainstream media thing that's going to happen. Oh, you know what? I just thought about something. FSD beta is coming out tonight. FSD beta 10.2. Maybe there's something around that we should consider. Maybe. DJ says, do put credit spreads. Yes, they could be actually, DJ, I know you're talking with someone else, but you know what? Maybe this is someone filling one leg of their short puts somewhere else, but just doesn't make any sense. 50 strikes doesn't really buy you really any safety at the end of the day, right? Thank you, James. We care the channel goes up. Appreciate that. All right. So Canaccord sounds Canadian. Yes, indeed, it does for sure. Okay, so 789 on Tesla. And let me just shrink up Webull here again. 79 on Tesla. Again, reminder, I mean, we got the juju right around here. There's something with the algo. I'm going to take my first sip of tea. Yes, for everyone that cares, I'm still essentially off coffee. I mean, I'll have a cup or two here and there, but I'm more of a tea guy now. And I feel a lot better, to be honest. Just like mental energy wise. Ryan says China numbers coming out this weekend too. Yeah, so Ryan, so with the CPCA numbers, essentially aren't those going to be just verifying what we know with 52,000? That's essentially what we're waiting on, right? And unless there's a big discrepancy, I don't think it should matter too much. So we'll see. That's awesome, Paco. Okay, so let's see here. So 788 on Tesla. Looking at premium, by the way, for next week. Premium for next week is interesting. So you probably have noticed that premium all across the board has come down, right? Next week's premium, out of the money puts have fallen 20%, out of the money 15% on average, 10 closer to at the money. And then out of the money puts have fallen disproportionately more. The 800 strike has fallen 38% today, 45% if you go past that. So, I picked up a small lotto position for next week. Again, I just like wasting money at this point, I feel like, because no matter what I buy, actually, the 1 week I didn't buy a lotto was when on the Monday we shot to $807. So, at this point, I don't know what I'm doing. It's just, it's more of an addiction at this point, but it is what it is. I just feel like with Tesla, I usually don't do that many lottos outside of SPX or Tesla. You have to know the company to actually want to do it. But we'll see. I mean, Tesla's kind of been following this Friday bleed, slow bleed, and then Monday pump. Potentially we see that again. I mean, there are some catalysts this weekend. 10.2 comes out. And then on top of the 10.2, we have China numbers, like you're saying. So, potentially there's some good news there, but I don't think 10.2 is going to be groundbreakingly big on mainstream media, to be honest. I'm kind of actually anxious about 10.2. Let me know if you guys what your guys' thoughts are about full self-driving coming out this weekend. But I'm a little bit anxious about it. A little bit anxious. I just realized I didn't. You guys are hilarious. You guys are tweeting at me. Let me check this out. Look at this Photoshop. You guys are hilarious, Simon. This is awesome. The juju's coming in. I'm waiting. You know what's hilarious is I love when people send me selfies of them watching me on stream. It's kind of like, as a normal person, it's kind of like, whoa, that's interesting that, people are watching me in their homes like I watch other people, but it's pretty cool. Yes, that's a great point. Rob says 4680s from Cato Row to be used in Austin Model Y. Tremendous news. Yeah, I found that interesting. Now the question is and Elon, correct me if I'm wrong, Elon pretty much just said the 4680s from Cato are going to be able to fulfill demand for Model Ys. Does that mean that they're like, how big of a pilot plant is there at Cato then? Because all we heard was 2170s. Oh, by the way, we just got a new report out here, or a new article. Daniel Ives says Tesla is a stock that will be 4 digits as we go into next year. Let's read this. All right. Supply chain bottlenecks and global chip shortages have negatively affected the EV sector, but Ann Ives, managing director of Wedbush Securities, sees any pullback as a buying opportunity. Ives has a 12-month price target of $1,000 on Tesla and sees more upside for GM and lithium cycle. Li cycle. There we go. Dan Ives is already a pretty big Tesla bull. But yeah, I mean, there you go. So Dan Ives has said it himself. Any dip is a buying opportunity in his opinion, and he thinks $1,000 plus minimum by the end of the year. So there's that. He's got to tell that to whoever's buying these 50 strike puts. Right? Gentry, how's it going? Oh, Vern, that sounds nasty. No more call sweeps right now, but I do have a couple of, I'm going to put in sweeps only. Sweeps are a little bit quiet today. I did notice on Black Box, I don't get any ETF sweeps, which is, it kind of sucks. I don't get any sweeps there, but all right, let's read some comments. Tyler says, I've got a 99 safety score, about to drive around, try to get 100. Is it even possible for you to get 100 at that point? Like 100 would imply that you've never made a mistake. Or is it that you have to get to like 99.9 and it rounds, or 99.5 and it rounds you up or something? Michael says, don't forget about Berlin event tomorrow. That's very true. That's very true. We have the Berlin event tomorrow. Berlin potentially announcing when it's going to be opening up. Absolutely. Nate, how's it going? All right, so we got some points here. So Petri is saying, wasn't Cato 10 gigawatt hours? Okay, Rob says it's 10 as well. Okay. So it's 10 gigawatt hours. Chadwick, how's it going? Yeah, nothing about Berlin batteries, right? Nothing about Berlin batteries, but 2170s, I think the plan was to ship over 2170s. Although, I am curious, like I just want to see a couple cars, even if it's a few, to come out with 4680 battery cell production. And just so we can validate that this technology is up, it's running, it's in it can be in production, albeit not mass production yet, and it can just silence a lot of the critics around 4680 battery cell production. You kind of saw this with Apple back in the day, where Apple would talk about for example the iPhone or the iPad, and you wouldn't get credit for talking about it at the event. Apple was really good though. They really shifted into, whenever they made an announcement about a product, they'd be coming out with it like very shortly after. And so I just got triggered. Okay, hold on. What happened here? Oh, wow. All right. So 790, there we go. I think you guys called it. You guys said 790 was going to break soon. There it is. So, you know, it's going to be interesting to see. Like, Tesla's kind of the opposite. They love talking about engineering, and engineering is all about trial and error, right? So it's hard to kind of appease a lot of people. Steve Jobs, albeit he was a marketing genius, he didn't, you know, he wasn't an engineer. Oh, maybe, but you know, you could argue he was, but he wasn't like, you know, he's not an Elon Musk in that respect where he deep dives into all the engineering and specifics. He's more of a visionary, right? I was watching some nostalgic Steve Jobs videos last night about presentations and stuff. Just missed the guy. Resistance broken. Yeah, 790 is well, what is VWAP for the day? VWAP for the day is 787. So let me know in your comments, what are your guys's? Yes, SpaceX got 100 billion valuation. Let me know in your in the comments what you guys' guess are for closing price. Good juju only. And let's see who gets closest to the closing price for today. 803, 785, 795, 795. Okay, over 800. Hey, anything over 800, specifically speaking, anything over 797, would be very stoked to see that, because that would mean that we went green on the week, which you know, is bullish. 794. 793, 801, 791, 794, 787, 793, 784. Okay, so you guys are generally bullish. I think the lowest guess I see here, and that's not a call to start coming in low, by the way, because, you know, let's be optimists. I think the lowest guess is 785. I think 784. Jay Warren just beat it. 775. Vern's coming in with the 69. Okay. $50. Shout out to the person sweeping those puts. I just got a guess on our Discord. 799 from NT. Okay. There we go. It's going to be 805. Marco says I need 796 for my day trade. That's right. You bought, you went in long today. You went in long with a little bit. Just for lunch money, right? You called it? Ferdinand. Honestly, I don't even know what I'm like. I don't know. 790 and really at a technical level on the hourly, on a technical level on the hourly, you could say that we're making lower highs, right? We made a high at 807 here. We made a high of 805 here. I look at these spikes as just a way to punch through the wall, and I think we've punched through it twice. The 800 wall, that is. We've punched through it twice, but we haven't cracked all the sellers there. So the next time that we come in at 800, you could argue that the wall is going to be a lot weaker, right? You're going to need less and less volume as we consolidate more and more in this level to crack through 800. Especially if you consider last year, right? Who remembers last year when we would crack through like $100 increments, like every other day, right? And the speed and the velocity that we would crack through, let's say $1,200 pre-split, was like instant. Like, you know, 1190 to 1205 would be like within like 2 minutes. Like, we would see so much strength. And you got to remember, when we crack through a level like 800, that's essentially us trying to crack through the $4,000 level, right? Times it by 5. So that's essentially what we're trying to do here. It's you know, it's crazy in perspective. You got to put it in perspective. I know there's some impatience around, how are we still here? Why aren't we over 800 yet? I think we are climbing gradually and slowly. There we go. Okay, a lot of guesses, so we'll see. Alex says we're going to close at volume weighted average price. Okay, let's see. I've got CNBC, by the way, pulled up here too in case they say anything that is pertinent to us. But we'll see. Joshua says, I own Lucid, Tesla, and Intel. Nice. I just bought some. So, okay, tell me about what are you guys' thoughts on Polestar coming in rumored with, I think it's ticker symbol GGPI, Polestar. I'll Google it here. GGPI. Here it is. It's a SPAC, and it's rumored to go with Polestar. I haven't seen very many other rumors about this as of late. It's kind of been quiet. But I bought some shares just to put some skin in the game and finally do some research around it, albeit I haven't yet. The market's kind of just been all over the place. But, it's an EV play. That's how I played Lucid. The way I played Lucid was as soon as, back then it was CCIV. The way that I played CCIV was I bought on all the rumors and I sold, and it was mostly calls that I had bought in. But back when Lucid was $15 to $18, I accumulated more and more up to 20. And then Lucid went up to, I think, $60, something crazy. I think I sold in the high 40s or something like that. So that's kind of the play that I'm thinking is potentially what I'm trying to model with this SPAC. I'm not sure if I want to own this particular SPAC. It's going to depend on the deal and and everything that comes with it. But let me know what you guys' thoughts are about that. Yeah, RS says, I'm not worried about this. Tesla will thrive in the next year, or in the next 10 years. Imagine the stock price in 5 years. I actually was thinking about this today. And I know on this channel, we invest. A lot of us are investors, but also traders. And I think sometimes, I'll get to the point. What I asked myself just mentally as I was walking here today was, hey, if I had bought, if I close my eyes, if I buy something, if I buy one share of XYZ company, right? Just X, it doesn't matter how many shares, and you close your eyes and you don't look at anything in 5 years, and you come back and you went in a coma for all intents and purposes, what would be the level of shock you would have if that company wasn't around and wasn't better than it was in 5 years? And you can kind of run this analysis in your head with any sort of investment that you're going to make. Is if I close my eyes, I didn't care about anything, and I just kind of live my life outside of stocks for a second. Like I was thinking about Square for some reason, and I was like, okay, Square's sitting here at $239, pretty decent market cap, only 110 billion. And I was like, if you just close your eyes and you just look at it, would you really be surprised? Like, how surprised would you? And kind of running this analysis, I was like, I'd be really surprised if Square wasn't higher than it is right now. And I was kind of running, and obviously with Tesla and all this sort of stuff, but I think that goes without saying for me. And it looks like we're about to go green here, folks. I think we're about to go green here. Let's check it out. 792.20. The Juju gang is strong. There we go. There we go. 792, and again, high day was high day was this morning at 796.38. So we got about $4 to go until then. There we go. Tesla. 792. Okay, so 792. I don't think we have any news coming in. I'm gonna check the flows for a second. No new flows coming in. Hashtag no new flows. Anything as of news that I can tell. I gotta say, I'm kind of nervous about FST 10.2. I just hope it goes well. 1,000 more people. Like, there's only 2,000 people in the beta right now, right? So, I'm excited. I'm anxious, right? Nervous and excited. Anxious. I'm anxious for it. Yeah, I'm sure it'll go fine. I was talking about this on Discord as well on our call yesterday. I was saying I'm really excited to see FSD beta in like brand new states that I've never seen before. Like, I was thinking of like Alabama or like Arkansas or Tennessee. I don't think I've seen any FSD betas in those states, and albeit they're pretty similar, likely to what it's going to be elsewhere. But I'm excited to see it in kind of new places. I mean, we already know it works in Kiev, Ukraine, right? Let's see here. Marco says he just bought 100 GGPI. Marco, do your own DD. I never give financial advice. I never tell anyone what to do. So, but obviously it sounds like you believe in it. DJ says, yeah, actually, you also haven't seen FSD beta in a city like Gainesville, Florida. The city is a literal grid. You can take you around the town hands-free. Interesting. I haven't been to Gainesville. I have not been to Gainesville. Isn't that where Gatorade was invented? Gainesville, Florida? Could be wrong. All right. It looks like we want to climb here. Brian, how's it going? Brian has some great shots of Giga Texas on his channel. Rob, the first bait accident is going to be Media FUD Store. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm scared about. I mean, we talked about this on the interview with Emmett Peppers a couple weeks back, or actually, like a month ago. And, yeah, I mean, who's to know what's going to happen with anything, but yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see how everything comes about. Like, we all know whenever you're doing something really disruptive, there's going to be a large amount of backlash, a large amount of resistance with whatever you do, right? It doesn't matter what industry you're in, what business you're in. If you're disrupting an industry, legacy players are not going to be happy about that. Let alone you're trying to do that while putting in a brand new disruptive technology on top of that, right? So, yes, absolutely. All right, we're in this together. Okay. Yeah, Palantir lately has been up and down and roller coaster. I'm still holding my Palantir for the long haul. Just shares, just comments, so I don't have to think about it, to be honest. Anton, this is Webull. Get your 2 free stocks if you want. Link in the description. Affiliate link if you want. Oh, actually, it just popped up right there. I did not type that in. Juju Smith Schuster. Okay, there you go, Hedgie. All right, there we go. 793.32. It's nice to see some green candles, albeit these are, actually, this is not bad. I think since we started the stream, we've rallied from 787 all the way up here. So we'll see. There is going to be, again, high day will be resistance here coming up, which is 796. Should we get there? Or, pardon me, 797. Let's round up. So we'll see. We are getting extended here on the 1 minute. The 5 minute is just riding the upper Bollinger Band up. Yeah, let's see if my lotto is doing decent. Okay, it's coming back to life a little bit. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, Nigel says the people that are getting FSD beta are the 100 score drivers. They're the most safest, most aware, most careful. Yeah, for sure. Question I have is, what if you had one drive around the block, you scored 100, you put your car in the garage for 2 weeks? Would you get FSD beta tonight? Or is there a minimum amount of miles or kilometers that you have to drive? Curious. Jay says no. It's based on miles driven. There is a threshold. Okay, gotcha. T-Mac, how's it going? Throwing up the jujus. I'll throw one back. I had someone stop me on the street. I was walking. Oh, okay. It looks like we're retesting 790 here. I had, there's no minimum miles. Some people are saying there's a threshold. Some people are saying there's none. I guess we'll find out. Because I'm curious, right? Like, what if someone just wanted to guarantee themselves a spot, right? And they just drove for 5 minutes. They put their car in the garage and that was it. I had someone stop me on the street today. I was wearing this. I was putting my hood up because it was really cold. You'll see the juju on the back. She just stops me, this old lady. She's so sweet. She's like, "Excuse me, is that an orange?" And I just usually I'd be like, yeah, there's this thing, there's the Juju gang. You should, if you haven't heard of them, you ain't shit. But, this sweet old lady, I was like, yeah, it's an orange. I didn't even bother. Like, I didn't know what to do. I'd never prepared for that question. I don't know. You guys tell me what I should have told her, but I was like, yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure I said I like oranges, and I just kind of walked off. I don't even think she heard me. I kind of murmured it. And I just kind of walked off. I felt kind of like, okay, she wanted to strike up a convo, but it's a conversation piece, I guess, is what I'm saying. You're an orange trader at the farmer's market. That's a good way to explain it. She was a whale in disguise. Damn. Could have used her to fund the next business project. For all I know, like, she's an orange farmer. You should have told her the Juju story. She would have liked it. Yeah, I was kind of in a rush. I had to come back and set up the camera and do the live stream in this new space today. So I didn't had my headbuds in too, and I was like kind of like, wait, what'd you say? So who knows? Maybe I'll see her again. You guys are hilarious. You should send one to Elon. I don't think Elon has a PO box. Plus, I would never expect Elon to rep some other brand for free. If I'm a billionaire, I'm not repping anyone for free. Hashtag no free ads. All right, so we got some CNBC stuff.
$50, way lower than 790.
Yeah, so, what's the market cap now? Something like, 760, $770 billion. That's equivalent to basically the sum of the entire rest of the automotive sector. To be buying it here, you have to believe that there's all sorts of new opportunities and new ventures that are going to make a lot of money for the company off on the horizon, and nobody's going to be successful in EVs. I think that that's a very aggressive assumption. I think Tesla's a great company, but I saw a survey of chief investment officers not too long ago showed that 70% of them would much rather invest in General Motors and Ford as a way to play electric vehicles.
Can you hear now?
Than Tesla. And then, frankly, I've been saying for a long time, I think people will end up being much better off in small cap. There's some great companies there. Some of them have had troubles.
Okay, thanks.
Fairly normal, standard practice, actually, when these companies come out. There's a lot of learning. But there could be some very big long-term winners, just like Tesla's become.
Why then do you have the stock rated a neutral?
$150 price
because
target.
I firmly believe that this is actually a good company and there's specific levers they can pull for growth. The first of those is India. I've been talking about India for almost a year now, or actually maybe even a few months more than a year. I understand Tesla has actually gone down to select a facility there. They've not announced it yet. There have been sort of hints and tweets along the way from Mr. Musk that it's coming. India is going to be just as important as China. It's going to be a couple 100,000 vehicles a year in not too many years. Second thing is the mini car. Mini cars are a fantastic fit for the European market, probably the India market, and maybe even China as well. That's a vehicle that we expect not too far off on the horizon. I wouldn't be surprised if it was made in Germany. Those two single levers can actually give Tesla quite a lot of gas as far as deliveries units over the next couple of years. Would I short it on that? No. I've been saying for a while that I think the one thing that pushes this sort of over the top or pulls the blush off the rose is Apple. Apple's going to launch, I believe, in 2024. So, sometime in 2023,
what?
We should start getting data points on that.
On Apple?
But egregiously
so why does that affect Tesla?
Great company.
Oh my!
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Why is Apple? How does that affect Tesla?
So Apple's,
and that's the moment to sell it or the moment to buy it.
Oh, geez.
Apple's coming out with a car, right? There's no way that Apple would have hired Ulrich Kranz as number 2 in Project Titan unless they had a strategy to come out with a car. Ulrich is a car guy. That is unquestionable. I've met with people associated with the program. Let's say, I know there's a car coming. The fact that they built certain infrastructure in California tells me, yes, there's a car coming. They've talked to contract assemblers. So why Apple is because retail investors really love Apple for amazing products, amazing technology. And I think Apple's, one of the companies that can really outcompete Tesla easily in its own game.
Right. So it's neutral until the Apple car comes out and then potentially short it. Just to round things off, if it's neutral, your price target is what, 700, 750?
Oh my God.
No, I have a neutral rating and a $150 price target. I believe the fair valuation is materially lower than where it is now. I think it's egregiously overvalued to be worth, in the equity, the sum of the rest of the automotive sector. That's pretending that nobody else is going to be successful. And, reality is General Motors just did a big end run around Tesla this week, with their strategic supplier agreement with Wolfspeed. General Motors is going to be buying silicon carbide MOSFETs, a key component in the drivetrain, for roughly half of what Tesla is sourcing them through STMicron on semi. Roughly half the cost per unit. Reason is Wolfspeed's producing on 8-inch wafers. That's going to be what's going on in the New York fab. The others are all producing on 6-inch wafers. They don't even have their fabs built yet. They're sketching out plans for them right now. So, Tesla's not leading in everything. Tesla's done a phenomenal job and is a great company. But I see it as overvalued, and I see plenty of opportunities elsewhere to make great money in the inevitable growth of electric vehicles.
Sounds like you need to go from neutral to underweight based on all the things you're saying, Craig. But we're out of time, so maybe come back when you make that recommendation change, if you do. Much appreciated. Good to see you.
Savage.
After the break,
Savage just cuts him off after 2. Okay. So Craig Irwin, right, is running with this Apple Car idea today, and let's talk about this. So here's the thing. I don't want to watch an ad. Okay, Tesla stock could be walloped by the Apple Car. Analyst says. Hardcore Tesla bulls should fear the arrival of the Apple Car, among other things, argues Craig Irwin. Quote, the biggest catalyst over the next couple of years will be the launch of the Apple Car in 2024, but it'll be like the Porsche launch. You'll see Apple announce something in the 10 to 20,000 unit range and then look to crush numbers the way Porsche does. The technology in the car I expect to be amazing, said Irwin, a Tesla bear on Yahoo Finance. Tesla's Irwin has a $150 price target on Tesla. So listen, we've been hearing about the Apple Car for what? For a long time. Like I feel like I've made 3 videos on the Apple Car. There's no question that they're hiring engineers from Tesla. They have Project Titan. There's no question they're putting in money on this. But really, at the end of the day, it's hard to hide that you're going to build EVs because you need a lot of battery infrastructure. You need a lot of battery cells. And there's no way to hide that, with a phone, maybe you can manufacture, a good amount of phones in a smaller plant. But with batteries, you need a large amount of real estate, right? And so it's hard to hide, where are the batteries going to come from? Who remembers this though, by the way? Who remembers this? A couple of months, maybe in January, and someone correct me if I'm wrong. If someone has a better memory, let me know. But remember when Gally from Hyperchange said that he had an inside scoop that said Apple and Lucid were going to partner up? I don't know where those rumors went. I'm not sure if they have any validity, but that's what he said. If anyone remembers Gally from Hyperchange saying that, or if I'm misquoting, let me know. But I definitely remember a stream going live earlier this year regarding that. So listen, I'm happy if Apple gets into the EV space. All it does is it legitimizes EV technology, right? At the end of the day, competition is good. I want GM to succeed in EVs. I want Ford. I want Apple to succeed as EV companies. I just don't see how they don't respect how much of a lead Tesla has in EV batteries. It's just crazy to me, right? Yes, if Apple comes out and starts delivering, 10,000, 20,000 cars a year, okay, great. It's a start. Good for them. They have unlimited capital. They can do whatever they want. They can buy whoever they want. There was a point they could buy Tesla. That's a different story. But at the end of the day, this is all bark, no bite, right? This is all bark, no bite. Larry says I'm right. Okay, great. So yeah, okay, Josh says I'm right about the Gally saying Lucid and Apple connection there. Yeah. Johnny Ives from Apple is working with CCIV. Interesting. Okay. Yes, exactly. Now, M. Kelsey saying I have 2 Porsches and 1 Tesla 944 and a Cayenne Turbo. Loaded. Listen, there's room for everyone in this space, but don't try to come out and bark your way up. It's not going to happen. I really miss those days of Apple, and I love Apple. Apple, I was in the original company that I loved before I switched to Tesla was Apple. Apple. It's all I traded. It's all I looked at. That's all the stories I read. Growing up, even my dad's favorite stock was Apple. And I see so many similarities between Tesla and Apple, other than now Apple's kind of peaked in terms of growth. Now they have dividends out. And now like we see stuff come out of Apple now that we didn't usually see before. Like you didn't see Apple bite like this, right? Or bark like this. When Apple did something, they bit, right? They came out, they did something before you could even think twice about it. And they were first to market. They would beat everyone on the product. They wouldn't talk shit. And maybe what we're seeing here is just PR, right? You're just funding PR. Who knows who's holding water for who, but man, I don't know. I'm a little bit different in that respect. As a Tesla bull, I'm not against other legacy autos coming out. Like, come out, let's get EVs going. But when you come out and you say, hey, we're better than you already, when clearly that's not the case, and Apple's saying that they're better, like this guy's whole thesis for his neutral rating and not his sell rating is that when Apple comes out, he's going to switch teams. How do you know anything about the general economics of the Apple car? How do you know that they're going to be able to actually do it in scale? How do you know that consumers are going to like the Apple car? Everyone loves Apple products, but what if they come out with a car and it totally flops? So it's sorry, rant over, but you guys get my point, right? Walk the walk first, like Evan says, exactly. Yes, Mikado says if Jobs was alive, I would have an ounce of fear. Yeah, unfortunately, Jobs was just so cutthroat, so much of a savage, right? So much of a business savage. So, yeah, I don't know. What did Elon say about paying a dividend? You peaked at the top. No innovation to invest. Exactly, right? Exactly, 100%. And I actually had some back of the napkin math as well. Michael says breathe. I know I should. I had some back of the napkin math I can try to pull up here. Let me see if I can. Oh man, you know what? I don't see it here. Discord. I don't see it. Whatever. I'll just copy and paste it in. See here. Tesla sitting at 786. Let's just pull this up. Docs.new. So this is some back of the napkin math that yesterday we did. Or not we. I just threw up on Discord. Let's do this. Let's do black. Okay, just writing this down. We can definitely run these numbers separately as well. 200 billion revenue, 40 bill in gross profit, 40 PE, 1.6. Discounted 8 years, 1.1 trillion, 6. Okay, here we go. Really rough stuff that I threw up here, right? Yesterday, Elon was talking about, us coming out with, at least, they're modeling out a 70% CAGR and a 50% CAGR. I think Tesla wants to grow at 50% year over year. But if Tesla sold in 2025, just with the factories that they have online, Berlin, Austin, Fremont, doubling capacity, China, obviously Shanghai's killing it. If they can get to 5 million cars by 2025, right? 5 million cars sold. The ASP down at 40K. This is key. Like ASP right now is, I think someone knows exactly, let me know, but I think it's closer to 50, even over 50, I think. 5 million cars sold at $40,000 a pop is 200 bill in revenue. Having a 20% gross margin right now, and I think they're higher than that, right? Even ex ZEV credits, gets you 40 billion in gross profit. A 40 PE, implying, right, like that you're growing, but you're really not growing that fast anymore. 40 PE is kind of an antiquated PE anyways. Gets you to a $1.6 trillion market cap for Tesla just on autos. If you discount that at 8% or back from 5 years, that gets you to a $1.1 trillion. $1.1 trillion on valuation. So that's about $1,100 per share. Now, Craig Irwin, I would love to know from him, maybe I can read his model and do more research into what he has to say. Like, where do we differ? Is it that you don't think Tesla has any chance of hitting 5 million cars? Okay, we can debate that. Is it that you think the ASP will be godly low, like 20K? I don't know how that happens without volume going up. Do you think Tesla's gross profit that they're getting right now is going to change? Like, where is the disagreement here? And Hypercharts is a great site, also by Gally, actually, I think, who has all of these margins up here. So gross margin last quarter, 24%. Operating margin, 10%, 11%, closer to 11% operating margin, right? So, when you look at growth, when you look at margin, and you look at the fact that Tesla is only, in my opinion, their margin is only going to go up. 4680 battery cell production, fixed costs have been eaten up. So now, growing marginally volume wise is going to be cheaper and cheaper and cheaper as they grow. I don't know. And to say that the Apple car is what's going to kill Tesla, I mean, maybe, but it's not even out yet. Like, how much of a reach do you have to go to say that the Apple car is Tesla's killer? That's my point. 785 on Tesla. Since Mr. Irwin has come up on CNBC, we've popped down. So we popped down about $8 here, down to 785. The Snapple car. Alex, you did predict it. We have 6 minutes though. Let's see what happens. It's very close to closing at VWAP. You're absolutely right. Like saying Lucid is. Hey, if you came out and said Lucid is Tesla killer, okay. I mean, like, at least they're potentially coming out with cars this year. Like, we'll find out. Apple is like, yes, Apple's putting billions of dollars into Project Titan, but there's nothing that we can see for it. So how can you possibly say that? That's my point, right? Like I said earlier this year, I've traded Lucid. I said the reason why I sold my Lucid shares was because they delayed production till the end of this year when they said spring. So they pumped up the stock price by saying we're delivering this spring. And then all of a sudden, when they were happy with the stock price, they're like, hey, you know what? Let's just do it at the end of this year. And I was like, oh, that left a bad taste in my mouth. I want to see Lucid come out and deliver vehicles and see customer reaction to that before I come back into Lucid. I have no problem in investing in Lucid. I just need to see deliveries come out. But I mean, someone tell me, like, other than NIO, other than XPEV, and Polestar has cars out, right? Actually, I think Polestar also has a showroom in Vancouver. 5 minutes left here, 785 on Tesla. I think Lucid will be one of the few companies that is EV only company. And I think that's a good thing. So Apple will be creating FSD software, says Jay. But with what data, right? That's my question. I think what Apple has, M. Kelsey, that's a good point. I think what Apple has that everyone wants is Apple Maps. As a Tesla driver, I'll tell you, Tesla Maps is subpar. I don't love Tesla Maps for navigation in city. And if anyone drives a Tesla vehicle, let me know if you agree with me or disagree. But in city navigation could definitely use updates and could definitely be a lot better. It tells me to take turns sometimes when I could just be going straight and then turn at the next intersection a lot faster. There's certain things that I'd like with the nav. Again, that's me being picky. That's me, making mountains out of molehills. But Apple Maps, Apple Maps sucks. What am I saying? Google Maps. What am I saying? Apple sucks. I got totally confused. I was thinking Apple CarPlay, which has Google Maps in it. So sorry, misunderstanding there. Apple Maps sucks so much. The way I'd rank it is probably Apple Maps and Tesla equal. I don't use Apple Maps enough to know how shitty it is. Probably equal. And then I put Google Maps at the top. Yes, Google Maps. You're right. All right, we got 4 minutes left. We got 4 minutes left, 785 on Tesla. Options premium for next week. Let's see if we've seen any changes there as I scroll in and see if I have anything expiring. I don't think I do. Okay, so we have October 11th, SPY. Okay, I'll just keep those. I'm looking for, you know what? Thanksgiving is a Canadian holiday. So we are open on Monday. The market is open on Monday, right? So options premium for next week, coming out, let's come out $30 to the 815 strike. We're sitting at $5 for all intents and purposes on the $30 away strike on the call side. $30 on the downside gets us to 755, and that brings us to $9. So the discrepancy is there, $5 versus $9. So we're still put buys for next week in terms of premium out the money. And even at the money, right? If you look at an at the money call, you'll notice it's a lot more expensive than the at the money put, $7.85. So, $15 versus 18. I just don't know what to make of this premium. It's so wonky. It's so wacky. It doesn't make any sense. But we'll see. We'll see. We have FSD. We have Berlin. Who knows? Maybe we get, Berlin goes online this week. Maybe, Elon says, hey, Berlin's good. We've gotten our approvals as of, Monday of next week, and we're good to go. Tesla doesn't use Google Maps. Nope. Tesla uses their own proprietary system, but I still think it's API through someone else. I forget exactly who does the API on it. Yeah. Closed. Someone tell me the stock market is open on Monday, right? Alex has answered, yes, open, but bank holiday, things won't settle. Okay, as long as I can close my SPYs on Monday, we are good to go. Okay, yeah, Thanksgiving for Americans is on November 25th. Okay, you've got another month there. Alrighty, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Digger stream, yeah, shoot. Thank you, Jay. Appreciate that. Hit the like if you're enjoying the content. We got 600 people on here. 230 likes. Let's try to get over 400 here on a Friday. Is TSX market closed on Monday? I don't know. Believe it or not, I've never traded TSX in my life. Toronto Stock Exchange. I've never bought a share on the Canadian markets. Yes. Okay. Tesla Maps is powered by Google Maps. It's Ollie says. Ollie, I don't think it is. I don't think it is. At least from my experience, especially maybe the traffic, because I'm not sure how they get into traffic. Hey, Mike, thanks for the super chat. $20, been a silent lurker for a while. Enjoy the content. Keep up the good work. I appreciate that, Mike. Thank you so much. Let's get some hype for Mike in the chat. Thank you.
Been a silent lurker for a while. Enjoy the content and keep up the good work.
All right, there we go. Market's closed. We close here on Tesla at Webull 785.49. Pretty quiet week. Again, 2 weeks in a row. Let me just pull up extended hours trading on Webull. Pretty quiet week as a whole again. Alex got it pretty close. Arsen got it pretty close as well. Pretty close. Yeah, we essentially closed at what? Did we close at volume weighted average price for the day, or is that a glitch? Or a couple bucks away? But if you look at the weekly candles, again, couple weeks here, we put in we put in some high tops on these candles. So a retracement on the weekly, by the way, would bring us back on the first EMA, the 9 EMA would bring us back to 743 on the downside. We are currently have been riding the upper Bollinger Band essentially since the middle of September. So about a month now we've been riding the upper Bollinger Band. A retracement would, again, 750, if you want to call it that, would bring us back to those levels. Ideally, as a Tesla bull, we just see 800 break, and that's it. There it goes. Air says it is. It says Google Maps on the car. I'm going to have to check this today. Because if it's Google Maps, I know from experience, I've run Google Maps simultaneously as my Tesla nav, and they've been totally opposite directions. It says on the bottom right. Okay, I'll check it out. You guys probably obviously have checked. That's why you guys would know, but I'll check it out. I don't know why. I just don't know why the navigation would be different then. So the market on close order was how big a volume? 415,000 shares. VWAP went up with that push price. Gotcha. Brian says Tesla currently uses Google Maps as the base and to pinpoint the interest, but the navigation data and routing engine are provided by another company called Mapbox. There we go. Thank you, Brian. Okay, so you guys are both right. So we're both right. Google Maps is technically what is being used when I see the screen, but when I look at the nav, it's Mapbox. So Mapbox sucks, is what I should say. Yes. So okay. So catalyst for this week. so catalyst for this week coming up. FSD beta 10.2 out tonight. Look out for it. Go on Twitter. Maybe there'll be Clubhouses open for it. Does anyone use Clubhouse anymore? Is that new app kind of taking over it? I don't know. Berlin event tomorrow in Giga Berlin, Brandenburg. Who knows what gets announced there when the grand opening is, but look for that. We got the China sales numbers coming out this weekend as well. We got earnings call happening. By the way, fully announced. Hey, thank you, Vern, for the super chat.
Thanks for a positive and engaging week, guys.
Thank you, thank you.
Kingdom.
1.79 pound, right? Or euros? Pound. Jesus, I'm so ignorant. That is definitely pound. Fuck. Okay. I didn't mention this, by the way. October 20th, mark your calendars. Tesla earnings out. Pound. Okay, pound. Thank you. I was right. You always double guess yourself when you're on stream. October 20th, mark your calendars. Tesla earnings is coming out. You bet your bottom dollar I'll be live streaming that. Hit subscribe, hit the notification bell to be alerted for that. It'll be a good time. Regardless, I'll have, I think, a better setup by then. Who knows? Hopefully I do. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how next week goes. Logic would dictate to me that front running happens prior to earnings. We usually get a sell-off post earnings, or at the very bare minimum, premium decay massively post earnings. So, we'll see how that goes. Next week will be interesting macro-wise as well. This week was just chop season, right? It was just chop season. I pull up the weekly candles for a lot of this sort of stuff. Let's see. So Tesla put in a small red candle for the week. S&P 500 on the week is technically green, but really, not by a lot. Maybe we found a bottom here. Who knows? That's kind of bullish. If you look at the NASDAQ, price action on the NASDAQ was very similar to the S&P, but a little bit weaker respectively, right? It's just a thinner green candle. So, because kind of where the zone that we're in is like, okay, are the markets are kind of hanging by a loose wire or, a really tight wire here. And we're going to find out, are we going to retrace on the Qs back to, levels we haven't seen it retrace back for, until, let's say, Corona, which is our lower Bollinger Band. It hasn't touched the lower Bollinger Band in forever, and we're awfully close to it right now. Or are we going to continually get that push up again? So, yeah, you got to bet your bottom dollar. Exactly. Berlin Happy Hour, Alex says, is happening now in Clubhouse Tesla Universe. There we go. Yes, there we go. Awesome. Love it. Thanks so much for joining the stream. Thanks for all the chat, super chats, and if you want to join the Juju gang, get access to the Discord community. Remember, good Juju only. Patreon link is in the description. Also, YouTube membership. You can actually join through there on the second or third level. $5 gets you in per month. Thanks for the fun week, Yash. Appreciate that, Alex. Yes, it was a fun week, albeit, by the way, I would have liked more price action past 800, albeit we've seen it twice. It is what it is. I don't make the stock price. I'm just here to comment on it and analyze what my thoughts are. And I'm glad you guys can tune in, join me, have a good time. At the end of the day, we're trying to have fun, trying to make some money, trying to comment on stuff together and share our thoughts. That's what we do. That's what we do this for. Like I say every Friday, take some time this weekend, turn off your devices. Mental health is important. Meditate, go for a walk, go with your family. Do whatever you need to do to recoup for next week. Should be good to go. Much like 820 next week, says Grav. I hope so. And you'll be the first person I think of when we hit 820. Hey, thank you, OA, for the Australian dollars, $17.99. Thank you so much. I think that's AED. Oh man, you guys are killing me with the currency. You guys are wow. That's a United Arab Emirate dollar. There we go. Thank you so much. We got the Juju gang everywhere. Thank you so much. Love it. Awesome, guys. Take care. Follow me on Twitter if you want at Hey It's Yashu. Join the Juju gang if you want as well. I'll catch you in there. Take care.